right, we're all here today at Mr. and Mrs. Herman Ehrke's, and there's quite a gathering here. We don't know for sure how many. I'd say 40-some. It's October the 18th, and we have some honored guests here today from, well, where are you really from?
Corinda, Iowa.
What's your name?
Paul Frase.
How's things in Iowa?
Wonderful. Best state in the Union. That's where the tall corn grows.
We have him started now. Just keep right on talking. If there's anything important that you'd like to tell, why tell us.
We have one of the best hatcheries in Iowa, in Corinda, that can be found in any place in the United States. We hatch 1,250,000 chicks and ship them to every state in the Union, to every country in the world, and they stand up as excellent quality when they get to destination, which indicates that they are good stuff. No fooling. We have 40 or 50 different breeds, and I expect 8 or 10 crossbreeds, such as the Oscar Whites, and the Leg Rocks, and the Hamp Legs, and Mohawks, and varieties of that kind. Those are known as the crossbreeds or hybrids. Purebreds, of course, the Rocks, Reds, Wyandottes, Orpingtons, and many others. If you really want chicks that are chicks and that will grow into producers, do not forget Barry's Hatchery at Corinda, Iowa.
That was a very good report. Now we've heard all about the hatchery in Corinda, Iowa. What do you think about Nebraska?
Nebraska is a wonderful state. I was born in Nebraska. I was born in Orleans, Nebraska. And wasn't I? And I don't remember where I was born. But anyhow, Nebraska is the old home state. And I visited Beaver City for the first time in 40 years, just yesterday, and met the Hoppings. Selena Smith was a school chum. Earl Hopping also was a classmate. And we looked the town over, but too many changes to really make it nice for me, because when I left there, roads were like cow paths, and the square was just a dirty, muddy place. Muddy when it rains. We haven't seen any rain here now for 2 months. And the new courthouse is a wonderful edifice, and a new schoolhouse. But the old school that I attended was really the one that I loved most. I pointed out the room in which I was raised, you might say, or got my schooling, especially the high school days. And we went around the square 2 or 3 times, and everything seemed changed. There were a few buildings that were the same as before. The bank, I call it Smith's Bank. I think it's called the First State Bank now. I think it's the First National. When I lived here 52 years ago, and the Hopping drugstore was still on the southeast corner, and Maudlin hardware store, I think, was still an old timer. So on and so forth. I had a great time in Beaver City. Danford is a good town too. A wonderful town, nice little town, all paved. I was surprised at so much paving and yeah, the cemetery was paved too. And Orleans was that's another one of my old towns, and that has changed. We looked around over Orleans to find some of our friends. Boy, we not only found 1 or 2 that we were looking for, but here came another driving up. But I just can't remember these names. Was he with Violet, was it? Yes, who's Violet? Yes, sure. And Violet drove up she parked her children in with her sister. She was going to a club meeting, and but the children had a nice place to come to, nice home. Everything was lovely there, it seemed to me. Is this darn thing over yet? Oh yeah, Willa and Tom. They were married the 6th of September and just newlyweds, but they seemed like old-time folks. We met them out at the picnic at Uncle Tom's cabin near Frase, Nebraska.
This fellow's giving a fine report here, and now we're just wondering, how are you related to Ehrke?
Herman is a cousin of mine. Lucy Williams, or Herman Ehrke is a cousin of mine. Lucy Ehrke is a cousin. Lucy Williams is a cousin, and we just have so many relatives here, more than I ever dreamed of having. When we left here, there were just a few, but when we came back, the country was full of them.
Well, that's a very fine report now, and he has taken up over 3/4 of the record. We're going to let his wife finish it. Come out and give your name anyway. Yeah. You just go ahead and give your name.
And this is called Frase. It's Linda, Iowa. And my husband is having the whole family.
Well, we'll keep our rubber.